What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel today. So today we need to talk about Nintendo. This is something that has been bothering me for quite some time, and I feel like more people have been noticing it for a couple years. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and let's begin. If you've been around gaming for any amount of time, you know how passionate Nintendo fans are, whether it's Mario, Zelda, or especially Pokémon, which is the whole point of this video. The communities are massive, let's say, and importantly, we're all creative. People don't just play these games, they build on them, they make fan art, mods, custom experiences, and in a lot of cases, full-on games inspired by the originals. Everyone knows what Roblox is, right? A couple years ago, I'd say maybe 2015-16 era, these group of creators created a game called Pokémon Brick Bronze. And as a little kid who was already falling in love with Pokémon by watching the series on, I believe it was Cartoon Network, I'm not sure. I was in love with this game. I was playing Roblox, and it was a Pokemon-inspired game. It was so much fun. And then a couple years go by, right? I forget about the game. No big deal. And then I find out that it was taken down, and then the COVID era hits, and then it was re-uploaded. So I was really, really happy again, I'm like, yeah, we're in quarantine. I'm going to play this game, and I'm going to grind, and then it got banned again, okay? So we've seen this happen. With Pokemon Brick Bronze, they're not trying to scam anyone. It's just fans showing the love for Pokemon that they have. But because of the copyright issues, those games end up getting taken down. And yeah, technically Roblox as a platform has to protect itself. They don't want to deal with lawsuits or legal pressure from a company like Nintendo, like another person that I know. But that's just business. But let's zoom out for a second, okay? Why is Nintendo so aggressive about this in the first place? Do they really just not like making any money? And where I'm going with this, these fan games are doing something valuable. They're keeping these franchises alive. They're reaching a younger audience. Kids these days are still figuring out what Pokemon is. They like the toys, the dolls, the Pokemon cards, and everyone likes the Pokemon cards. But let's recognize that's when they go from playing a fan-made experience to asking for actual Pokemon games, trading cards and merchandise, all that stuff from their parents. Everything that Nintendo profits from, right? And instead of seeing that as an opportunity, Nintendo just slaps it across the face and shuts it down every single time. And that's where it starts to feel less like protection and more like control. And I think that's what frustrates people the most. It's not just about one Roblox game getting removed, it's the pattern. It's the history of fan projects being taken down. It's the feeling that no matter how respectful or creative the community is, it's never enough. And in today's gaming world, that mindset feels outdated. Because if you look at other companies, a lot of them have started to lean into their communities instead of pushing them away. They highlight fan creations, they support modders, they understand that community engagement is one of the strongest tools you can have. That actually got a lot of fans into the game and the franchise. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they don't have the legal right to do what they're doing, they absolutely do. But just because you can do something doesn't always mean you should, especially when the people you're going after are your biggest fans. The same people who grew up with your games. The same people who are trying to introduce your worlds to new players. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Nintendo's just greedy at this point. Imagine a version of them that actually worked with these creators instead of shutting them down. Even something simple, guidelines, partnerships, or community programs, that could completely change how fans view the company. Because right now, their perception isn't great. And it literally just happened. Like yesterday to me, guys. I was playing another Pokemon Brick Bronze re-upload, got on today, it got banned. But they re-uploaded it, so everything worked out. But at the end of the day, the fans aren't the problem, it's the corporations. They're the reason these franchises have lasted as long as they have. Pokemon is still relevant decades later because of us. And if Nintendo really wants to keep that momentum going, they might need to rethink how they treat the people who support them the most. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Am I overreacting, or is this something you've noticed too? Also, Nintendo, send me that cease and desist. This is day one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and please leave your honest feedback. You can humble me. You can come after my neck too. That's fine. I just want to have a discussion about this. So that's really all I got. Peace.